I welcome you, dear friends, to our reflections of today for Saturday, the third day in the month of August. And I invite you to reflect with me on the topic: what do you do with the position and power you are given? The above question presents us with some of our attitudes towards offices. Do we use them to our own advantage, or do we seek to act justly with them? Offices or positions sometimes changes a person who is said to be good at the very beginning to become the reverse of what he or she is. I hear people sometimes make this comment: man makes man wicked. The truth is, nobody goes to school to learn how to be wicked, and God did not create man with any additional deposit for wickedness. Man chose it for himself because he failed to use his freedom well. Even if you claim that circumstances or the negative attitudes of people leaves you no other option but to change, why can't you hold firm to your integrity and maintain your dignity rather than possess a trait of chameleonic tendencies which changes with its present condition? God is not happy when you abuse any office or position given. You must bear it in mind that you are placed where you are to love and lift others who crosses your path, from the words of Carol F. McConville. Jeremiah occupied the position of a spiritual leader, one who lives in right judgment and in truth. He exercised his duties with all carefulness and openness, never minding the negative influence of other prophets around him. Just like the case of Jesus, whose main enemies were the chief priests and the courts of Sanhedrin, all because of this same venom called jealousy. Jeremiah too was given a death sentence by the priest and the prophets, all because of jealousy. Jeremiah chapter 26, verse 11 and 12. For them, Jeremiah was beginning to wax strong and gain the people's attention to conversion. And for them too, he was spoiling their Machiavellianistic attitudes of receiving favors from the people by going after their stomach first, which is a selfish interest. They jeopardized their office of priest and prophets because their hearts has become a suitable house for all vices like jealousy, pride, and selfishness. Jeremiah did not change his person because of influence or tension from the office he occupied as God's mouthpiece. Jesus too did not change his person as a result of criticism, lies, and jealousies coming from his own people in particular. They both remained steadfast in the face of trials. The example of John the Baptist is set before us also in the gospel reading, one who undoubtedly and without mincing words spoke out courageously in defense of the truth. Herod the Tetrarch also failed in his position as a result of jealousy and pride. I keep asking myself, what exactly does this little girl need a human head on a platter for? Dear parents, be careful of the kind of advice you give your children. Everything may be permissible or lawful, but not everything is beneficial or helpful. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 23. And all requests are not meant to be granted, especially one that goes against the moral law. You have a sole duty in modeling the choices of your children, more especially in their developmental stage. Back to Herod. He allowed his pride and ego to swallow him, and he found no reason to go against his promise so as not to break his words before the people. As a king, he must keep to his words even in the face of injustice because of fear of people's reactions. But who exactly should we fear, men or God? Come to think of it, would the king have heeded the girl's request if she had demanded his head instead, or if she had asked him to pull down from the throne so that she becomes the king, that is to step down from the throne for her to be the king? This same throne that he's so much guarded with much jealousy. What exactly are you doing with that, your office or position? You will surely crash if you are in line with the example of the priests and prophets in the first reading, or like Herod the Tetrarch in the gospel, unless you follow the example of the prophets Jeremiah, John the Baptist, and Jesus Christ, who exercised their position in truth, justice, and right. You do not stand to gain many friends if you do not compromise the truth. But don't be marred instead by the negativity and temptations surrounding you. Even if you have to suffer for being right, accept it with joy, because as the psalmist puts it, at an acceptable time the Lord will answer you. Psalm 69. Give life to others without your office or position by acting justly, without fear or economy of the truth, because only the truth can set one free, and only one who is free is said to be alive. John chapter 8 verse 32. Do not suffocate people under you with your injustice, jealousy, and empty pride. Quick note: never reply when you are angry, never make a promise when you are happy, and never make a decision when you are sad. Join me as we make this prayer. May any position or office I occupy bring you glory, Lord. Make me upright and steadfast in keeping to your example of true leadership. Amen. Good morning, beloved. God cares so much for you. Have a blessed day. God bless you.